10 money traps. Not mistakes. Traps. A mistake is something you do. A trap is something built by banks, by apps, by stores to catch you and to make money while you're stuck. Most people are caught in at least 4 of these right now and don't feel a thing. That's the point of a good trap. You don't feel it. In the next 12 minutes, I'll show you all 10. How each one catches you, who profits while you're in it, and the exact move that gets you out. Fair warning, number 4 catches almost everyone, and number 7 is the one nobody sees coming. It cost you nothing today, and over $250,000 later. I'll show you the math on screen. One note before we start. This is education, not financial advice. Let's open with the trap that's probably sitting in your wallet right now. Trap number 1, the minimum payment. When your credit card statement arrives, there's a friendly little number on it called the minimum payment. It feels like guidance, like the bank helping you stay on track. It isn't. It's one of the most profitable numbers in banking, and it's set low on purpose. Here's the math they hope you never do. You owe $5,000 at a typical 24% interest rate. Pay only the minimum, and look at this curve. 19.5 years to get free. Almost $14,000 paid back, nearly $9,000 of it pure interest. You pay back well over double what you borrowed. The bank doesn't want you to default. It wants you exactly where you are, paying forever. Now the escape, and it's almost stupidly simple. Replace the shrinking minimum with a fixed payment and never let it drop. $150 flat on the same debt, paid off in under 5 years, and the interest falls from nearly $9,000 to about $3,300. Same borrower, same card. The only difference is who designed the payment, them or you. Trap number 2, the raise trap, lifestyle inflation. You get a raise. For about 2 weeks, you feel rich. Then something silent happens. Your spending rises to meet your income. A nicer apartment, more takeout, a car upgrade. You deserve it, right? 90 days later, you're exactly as broke as before, just with better stuff. This trap is vicious because nobody is stealing from you. You're doing it to yourself, and it feels like progress. Watch the graph. Income climbs in steps. Spending climbs right behind it, like a shadow. And the gap between them, the only line that ever makes you wealthy, stays flat at 0 for an entire career. The escape rule is called banking the race. When income goes up, your lifestyle stays frozen for 6 months, and the entire difference moves to savings automatically on payday before you ever see it. After 6 months, release a third of it and enjoy it guilt-free, and keep banking the rest. You still get to upgrade your life, just slower than your income. That lag is the whole game. Wealth lives in the lag. Trap number 3, the subscription leak. The subscription economy runs on one insight about your brain. Small numbers are invisible. $5.99 doesn't register as money. Here's what an average leak actually looks like. A $6 coffee every workday, about $130 a month. 2 or 3 streaming services you barely open, 40 more. Delivery fees and little service charges, another 30. That's $200 a month. $2,400 a year. Gone, and you never made a single decision to spend it. That's the trap. It isn't spending, it's seeping. The escape takes 20 minutes, once. Open your bank statement, list every recurring charge, and ask one question for each. Did I use this in the last 30 days? No. Cancel it. You can always come back, and half the time they'll offer you a discount to return. By the way, since we're talking about subscriptions you forgot about, if this video is earning its minutes, the subscribe button below is the one subscription that pays you back. One money lesson every single day. Now, the next trap is the one that catches almost everybody. Trap number 4, the one that catches almost everyone I know, emotional spending. Nobody buys things they don't need because they're stupid. They buy because of how it feels. Bored? Scroll a shopping app. Stressed? Treat yourself. Sad? A package arriving in 2 days is something to look forward to. Retailers know this. That's why checkout is one click and returns are painless. You're not shopping. You're medicating. And the medicine wears off in about 5 minutes. Here's how you know this trap has you. Look at your last 5 impulse purchases and ask what you were feeling right before each one. If the answer is anything except, I genuinely needed this, that's the trap. The escape is not willpower. Willpower loses to feelings every single time. The escape is friction. One rule, anything over $50 waits 24 hours in the cart. That's it. You're not saying no. You're saying tomorrow. Most urges are dead by morning, and whatever survives the night, buy it guilt-free. If you want to go deeper on the psychology of this, The book that finally made it click for me is linked in the description. Fair warning about the next trap. It disguises itself as being smart with money. Trap number 5, the cheap trap, and it disguises itself as being good with money. Price is what you pay at the register once. Cost is what the thing takes from you over its whole life. A $10 shirt that dyes in 2 washes costs more per wear than a $40 one that lasts for years. The bargain car that eats a repair bill every quarter costs more than the boring, reliable one. Cheap tools you replace 5 times. Buying cheap twice is the most expensive way to shop. The trap works because the price tag is visible today, and the cost is invisible until later, and your brain always trusts what it can see. The escape is one question asked before you buy. What does this cost over 5 years? Not at the register. Sometimes the cheap option genuinely wins. Great. But now it's a decision instead of a reflex. Quick checkpoint. We're halfway. Count how many of these first 5 traps have you right now. Be honest. Drop the number in the comments. I read every one. The second half is where the traps get bigger. Number 7 alone is worth more than everything you've heard so far. Trap number 6, the loyalty trap. Your savings are probably sitting in the same big bank you've used since your first paycheck, earning almost nothing, a fraction of 1%. Meanwhile, the bank takes those same dollars, lends them out, and earns many times that. Your loyalty is their profit margin, and they're betting on exactly one thing. That switching feels like effort, so you never will. The numbers. High-yield savings accounts routinely pay several percent. On $10,000, that's hundreds of dollars a year, for doing absolutely nothing except opening a different account, with the same kind of deposit protection as a normal one. This is not investing. This is the same boring savings account, minus the loyalty tax. The escape is one afternoon. Open a high-yield savings account, move your emergency fund into it, and keep your checking wherever you like. Educational, not advice. Rates change, so compare before you move. But here's the question that breaks this trap. If your bank called tomorrow and offered 10 times the interest, you'd say yes in a second. They will never call. You have to leave. Trap number 7. The one nobody sees coming, because it cost you nothing today. No bill, no interest, no charge on your statement. The waiting trap. I'll start investing when I earn more. It feels responsible. Why invest $50 now, when soon you'll be able to do $500? Here's what waiting actually costs. 2 people. Both invest $200 a month. Both average 7% a year. One starts at 25. One waits until 35, just 10 years. Look at this chart. By 65, the early starter has about $525,000. The one who waited has about $244,000. Same monthly amount. Those 10 quiet years of waiting cost $281,000. More than $250,000, and nobody ever sent a bill. That's exactly why nobody sees this trap. Early money isn't slightly better. It gets more doublings, so it ends up doing most of the work. The escape. Start embarrassingly small now. The amount barely matters at the beginning. The clock matters enormously. This is education, not financial advice. What to invest in is your homework. But later is the most expensive word in money. Today is the earliest you will ever be again. Trap number 8, the no buffer trap. Without an emergency fund, you don't have emergencies. You have debt creation events. The car breaks. That's a credit card balance. A medical bill, another one. The washing machine dies, swipe. Every surprise converts directly into high-interest debt, which drags you straight back into trap number 1, and the cycle feeds itself. That's what makes this trap structural. It isn't one bad decision. It's the absence of a wall between you and every future bad day. And there will always be a future bad day. The escape has a first milestone that's smaller than you think, $1,000. Not the full 3 to 6 months of expenses you've heard about. That comes later. Just $1,000. Saved as fast as you can manage, parked in that high-yield account from Trap 6, and ignored. That single buffer absorbs most ordinary disasters, tires, repairs, most surprise bills. And something psychological changes the day it exists. Money stops being a series of emergencies and starts being a system. You stop playing defense with borrowed money. Build the wall first. Everything else in this video gets easier behind it. Trap number 9, paying yourself last. Here's the order most people pay in: rent, then bills, then groceries, then fun, and whatever's left goes to savings. And whatever's left is always zero. Always. Spending expands to fill whatever amount is visible. If it's sitting in the account, it gets spent, not through decisions, through osmosis. The escape is the single highest value move in personal finance. Flip the order. The moment income lands, a fixed transfer moves to savings first, automatically, before you see it, before you can feel it. You don't budget your way to savings. The saving happens, and your spending quietly adapts to what remains. You will not miss it. That's the eerie part. You adapt within about 2 months. Now watch what this one flip is worth. $1,000 a month, paid to yourself first, for 10 years. That's $120,000 saved, and at 7% growth, about $173,000. On screen, that's the difference between two people on identical salaries. One automated the first transfer. One saved what was left. One line climbs. One sits at 0. 10 years, same job, different lives. Start at any percent you like. Start at 5. Just start first. The final trap, number 10, the defense-only trap. Everything so far has been defense. Plug the leaks. Dodge the interest. Protect the gap. Necessary, but defense has a hard mathematical limit. You can only cut spending to 0, and you'll quit long before that, because a life of pure cutting is miserable. Income has no such ceiling. The trap is spending years optimizing pennies while your earning power sits completely untouched. The people who actually escape money stress work in both directions at once. They spend less than they earn, and they relentlessly raise what they earn. The escape. Give offense the same energy you give defense. This month, make one move. Ask your manager exactly what a raise would take and get the answer in writing. Or take the hours you'd spend hunting discounts and put them into a skill people pay for. Or take the thing people already ask you to help with and charge for it once. Small offense compounds exactly like small savings do. A skill built this year pays you every year after. Defense protects the gap. Offense widens it from the other side. You need both hands. And that's all 10 traps. Stay with me for 60 more seconds, because knowing the traps is not the same as being out of them. Here's the whole video in 3 moves you can make this week. Move 1. Automate one transfer. Savings first, on the day you're paid, any amount. That single flip beats trap 9, starts the buffer for trap 8, and funds the early start that trap 7 punishes you for skipping. Move 2. The 20-minute audit. Subscriptions canceled. Minimum payments replaced with a fixed number. Savings moved somewhere they actually earn. That's traps 1, 3, and 6, gone in one sitting. Move 3. Pick one offense play and put it on the calendar. That's it. Not 10 changes. 3 moves that disarm 10 traps. Everything I mentioned, the book on money psychology and the tools from this video, is linked in the description below. One more time, because it matters. All of this is education, not financial advice. The decisions are yours. If this video earned its 12 minutes, subscribe. There's one short money lesson every single day, and a video like this one every week. And tell me in the comments, which trap has you right now, and which one are you breaking first? I read every single one. This is Money Unlearned. See you tomorrow.